Hey guys, what's up? It's iFlynn here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys my Radial Javelin build for Excalibur. Now this build isn't 100% practical anymore for the simple fact that there's not really too much stuff to use it in. However, you can still use this to farm focus or something, or say you're farming XP for Excal. This is still a pretty decent build, implying that you have like an EV Trinity in your team. If you don't have an EV Trinity, there's really no reason to be using this build because it is very, very, very energy intensive. So make sure that you have some way of getting your energy back for this build to be of any use at all. So moving on to the actual build part of the video, we have overextended and stretch on here for our range. We have a shit ton of power strength on here with blind rage, intensify, transient fortitude, and power drift. So blind rage being free from the top so we don't lose all of our efficiency. Streamline and fleet expertise to counteract the -2 efficiency that blind rage gives us. And then obviously we'll have natural talent on here, which you could replace for something like, let's say vitality if you want. However, natural talent is on just to sort of maximize the efficiency or how fast you get XP, because this is what this build was used for back in the day. So why is this build not that practical? So if we were to go ahead and spawn in about level 30 heavy gunners right here, these guys are level 30, yep, simulate, and we use this Radial Javelin, it barely touches them. So why even bother showing this build? The reason that I'm bothering to show this build is because if you bring something like a Rhino, which will buff you up, then this build can be insane. Let's say a Rhino or an Eclipse Mirage or a Saren or a Frost with the augments on or the abilities that allow you to be buffed up. Then, this can be a super insane build because you can spam it over and over and over again. It's got a super fast cast time. Look how fast these javelins just get out, It's super quick, and it's got a nice radius on it as well. The only thing really stopping this ability from being great is the line of sight, which you have to actually damage the enemies, right? So if you have a sort of setup of, let's say, a buffer Rhino, a EV Trin, and then your Excalibur, and maybe a Frost to protect you, then you have some insane XP farming potential and farming potential. Obviously, this is counteracted by things like, let's say, Ember's World on Fire. But if you're, let's say, a low-level Excal, and you want to, like, level up your Excalibur pretty quickly, this would be the build to go for, implying you have the friends to sort of help you out. It's also pretty fast for farming resources as well, if you are, like, let's say, like I said, a newer player, and you don't have access to a lot of frames. This is just another way to sort of make use of Excal and his kit, and sort of maximize the one frame that you have in your inventory, saving you of maybe going for, like, let's say, still an Excalibur for a World on Fire Ember. Obviously, you can change this build around a little bit, take off that blind rage. You'll deal less damage, but the thing is, like, you'll be able to spam it a lot more. Maybe change blind rage for something like, well, it's another V polarity, so maybe you won't be able to change it. But you could change it for something different, like Cunning Drift or something, if you want more range, things like that there. Maybe even Prank Continuity if you want to, like, use your Radial Blind and then cast your free, which is definitely a thing that you can do because you'll get that stealth bonus right there. So if we go ahead and do this, and then we hit that, we deal a lot more damage, even though it doesn't really seem too much like it, because, like, Radial Javelin's damage doesn't really scale too well. So that's why you definitely 110% needs to have a buffer frame with you for this to be any use. So really, that is all there is to this build. There's nothing more to it than that. You bring a buffer frame, you bring your EV, and then that's pretty much it. You use it to farm XP. This is a build that was used a lot on Draco back in the day. So it can still be used. You can still make use of it. And that's why I'm showing it. But just can't make use of it in a lot of different things is what I'm trying to say here. So that is pretty much it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button below. And you want to see more Warframe content from me, hit subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video.